Ladies and gentlemen, welcome today to a new Fast Lane. It's been a while. Great to see everyone back today. And boy oh boy, we're back. And with me today is Sharky. How you doing, Sharky?
Could be better. My nose is not doing the best. So nose.
Well, apologies to hear that for you. Hopefully you could get better. But hey, we're back now. We're back here. Apologies for the children screaming in the background. Uh, oh my goodness.
It's about
Absolute
time.
animals. My brothers are. Anyway, so we're back. And hello everybody just tuning in today. It is 6:15, 15 minutes after what I promised. But sorry, dinner thingamabobs. But let's hop into it. Let's start with D1 today, ladies and gentlemen. So sorry, apologies. Here today now talking about D1. So while we were away from Fastlane, Terry got out to a points lead here and is now 11 points away from Alex. Sharky, were you expecting that?
I don't know. From at the beginning of the season, I'm not really sure, because Terry, he has all the talent, but I thought I wasn't expecting for him to be in a battle with like Alex. I thought like Alex was going to be like ahead solidly, and then Terry would be a little bit ways away. But that surprised me with them. It's been a really close battle.
Yeah, honestly, I was not expecting this to happen either because, I mean, I honestly thought it'd be experienced drivers over the rookie drivers.
Yeah.
But obviously, that's not what we're seeing this year. And honestly, it is actually very surprising to me because, I mean, Alex, this is his second season. Terry just coming in D1 from D2,
Yeah.
of course, coming off that
It's,
championship.
it's especially from what he showed in like at the beginning, the middle of season 1 in Xfinity. He wasn't really up there that much, and it turned on the last half. But yeah, it's just the experience isn't always the key with being in the lead, because Alex, he raced last season. He's up there, and Terry, he didn't. But like plus like some people with experience aren't even up there, like Josh. He raced last year, and he's not up there. So it's very different. I wasn't really expecting it to happen.
Yeah, honestly. But I think going to Josh there for a second, the main ideal with Josh is just unfortunate attendance from him. Of course, not the ideal way to start off his point standings as I believe earlier.
He's like
checked,
barely on the cutoff.
Yeah, he's in the bubble right now. He is currently 12th.
Yeah.
And if Dame's currently behind him, but even still, I mean that's unfortunate.
He's not even locked in too. So if I were him,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
not
really
even a win.
relax. Even though he's like about 10, I think 12 points ahead of Dames, because he doesn't have a win. He's not locked in.
Yeah,
So
and there's basically no chance he is able to basically even get past, like, I want to say, into the top 5 this season. He's already 218 points behind Terry, who's had, again, that dominant season so far. But let's go ahead. Let's roll down to the point standings here. And let's just talk about the drivers that head down through them. So Terry, again, I mean, he's been very dominant this whole season.
yeah,
I believe, actually, I do not know how much wins he has.
he has 3. Both Terry and Alex both have 3. Technically, Terry has 4, but that was the All-Star race, so it doesn't count. But they are both tied at 3 right now.
Yeah, and Terry has 12 starts, so obviously attendance is very key here for the standings here, because you always want to be there, you always want to be attending, you always want to make sure it's your effort that's being put in to that standings.
Yeah, and Terry didn't even start at Phoenix, but he kind of got lucky because Alex, he had to help RO, so he needed a sub. Chris ATM making his Cup debut there at Phoenix, and he only ended up getting 7th. So they're both pretty even at the moment, but it's The key is definitely going to be consistency being there.
Yeah, and he currently sits first in the playoff standings too, which is very helpful heading into these playoffs. Next down in the lineup, 12 points behind Thierry would be Alex, the 8 RCR car. You know, when all three of us drivers moved over to RCR, I definitely thought it was going to be a very dominant team considering we were the top 3 in points at the time. And I mean, it's really proved to be that. I mean, Alex has done just outstandingly well as really with Terry. He's only 12 points behind. The advantage widened a little bit, I think, after London, but still, it's definitely proving that Alex is still that top contender with Terry. And really, they're looking unstoppable until Phil, the 3 TRD car, came along.
Yeah. The 4 car. The thing was because Will was originally in that car,
Mhm.
but he ended up leaving, so Phil had to come in and replace for him, and he's come all the way up. He's done a really good job. He's been extremely consistent this year. I think, yeah, he's gotten a top 5 in every single race this season except for London last week. So he's being extremely consistent.
Yeah, and that's obviously one of his strong suits. I mean, he's very consistent. He's able to pull off these top 5s when needed. He's
And
had these top 5s all the time.
and at London he only got 6, so he was extremely close to a top 5 too. But it's a shame to see that streak end because
Yeah,
he did really well.
yeah. I mean, he's just been outstanding this season. I think that's very agreeable. Did we see it coming though, Sharky? Did we see when Phil replaced Will on the 4 car? Did you see it coming that he was gonna be able to get up there?
I don't know because I was talking with Colts about it. With TRD with talking about who to fill in with the spot, and I had Phil in the back of my mind, and he joined pretty late into the Xfinity season, and from he's living up to the expectations we've had, so that's very good for him.
Yeah, very good for him. And then of course, behind Phil is me, 75 points behind Terry. Honestly, in my opinion, I feel like I've had a decent season. I definitely did not see this coming. I've been able to attend most of the races, and I think again
I think
that's been helping me.
I think the only race you didn't start was Kansas.
Kansas
So
and Talladega, and there's one more, believe.
isn't you only got you had a sub at Talladega, but you didn't start at Kansas. So
Yeah. So again, consistency really working out here, and then I was very happy when I got that top 3 as well at London, and of course I already have the playoff bye with the win at Phoenix and insurance from Atlanta.
yeah,
Following behind me in the 19 JGR car, well, the owner of JGR, Halo, who sits tightly tucked
yeah,
in 5th position.
he's the highest place JGR. So
Mhm.
obviously Phil, he's in 3rd. He's the highest place Toyota, but Halo, highest place JGR, and it's ever since Terry, Alex, and Chris went off to RCR. Kind of JGR had a bit of a downfall a bit, and TRD was kind of able to pass them.
Yeah,
But
capitalize on it.
yeah, but hopefully Halo can will be able to get back up there. So
Yeah,
I think is it or it's like it's a 9 place difference between you and Halo. I think.
9 points, yes. So, I mean, and it's 10 points between me and Phil, so, I mean, 3rd position can really be taken at any time. It's just one accident, it really, even in the stage, can already bring you closer to, like, a 3-point difference. So, heading to WWT, me, Phil, and Halo are definitely gonna have to be on our tippy toes a little bit because, I mean, we're all
I
separated by 19 points, so that's not much to work with.
Yeah, if like someone has a bad race there, I would expect for one of them to like lose position. It's very tight. So
Yeah, but from fifth to sixth is a big points drop off. I believe it's like 51. Yeah,
I suck
51
at math.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Halo to Sky. Uh, just how about Sky? What has Sky really done to you that stood out this year, and really what does he have to improve on in order to get better the rest of the season?
I don't know, because obviously he won at Talladega, but from what I've seen, he's just kind of been there. He hasn't really done anything extremely significant, but he hasn't like fallen completely off. But he's just been there. That's kind of how to describe it.
Yeah, he just really hasn't been able to perform. He's had starts, like he's had decent attendance.
Yeah,
Obviously not the best, but actually never mind. He's one of the lowest attendance. Apologies, one of the lowest attendance there. But maybe that's a cause. Maybe like if he were to make all these races, he could be staying in fifth, or at least with a little bit more points. But I mean, 135 points back. I mean, it'll be hard to even squeeze in to fifth position. So I think Sky
yeah,
can certainly tuck himself in there for the rest of the season in sixth position. He already has no win. He's going to the playoffs already. Um, Going back to Halo, Halo still does not have that first win of the season, which I just think is absolutely crazy. I think Halo is the best driver on track without a win. Without a doubt on my mind. He's the best driver on track without a win. He has
yeah,
pace. It's just a matter of time. He's really putting in this effort. He really has. It's just a matter of unfortunate events. At London, the Stage 3 restart, he got a bad restart and was unable to capitalize after that. Like, it's these little things that are just compromising his attempts, and he's a good road course racer too. So unfortunate for him. But Sky, and behind Sky's you, Sharky. You know that win at Dover was really all about strategy, wasn't it?
yeah,
But yeah, so you're locked into the playoffs. I think no, I don't know if this will offend you or not, but I'm trying not to make it rude. I kind of saw you or would see you here in this position heading into the season. Not too
yeah,
not too far out front, but not too far back. That's kind of how it was
yeah.
last
That's
season with you.
that's kind of how I saw myself as well, like where I would be, because I'm not as good as like Terry, Alex, Phil, or you. So I think this is kind of just in the pretty solid midfield. I think that was what I was expecting, and I don't know. I'm kind of happy that I'm there instead of being like further back. So
Yeah, so you really don't have to worry about that win too because of Dover. Which, by the way,
yeah.
congratulations on that. So,
Yeah.
able to
I
get that
think
win there.
I think another thing with me is I think consistency, because I haven't had a sub. I think I haven't had a sub the entire time, but that's after I'm not going to be able to make Sonoma, so that streak's going to be coming to an end. So
Yeah, I
but
believe you have made every single race this season. I believe
yep,
so. Yeah, you have. So, fortunate for you, but I mean, still seventh. You're only separated 2 points from Sky. So, what are you gonna try to do to maybe even take that position this weekend or tomorrow at WWT?
I don't know. I'm I don't know. I think it's just trying to get better. Try to like place better than Sky. I think that's going to be my big thing. 'Cause I also have Plasma. He's pretty. I think he's like 9 points behind me. Um, but I'm kind of like in a middle of a sandwich almost.
Yeah,
But
between
I
you
think,
and
but
Plasma.
yeah, I think I just try to finish better than Sky. I think that's probably going to be one of my only ways of trying to get past him.
Yeah, I mean, now that you're nearly tucked in there, separated by 13 points is you, Sky, and Plasma, which is even closer than it is for third place. So, really,
Yeah.
some very key and crucial positions, really, that can be taken over this weekend.
Yep.
So, on from you, now the Plasma is 9 points behind you. Staying in 8th place. He's coming late to the season, of course, being the replacement for Rex. What have you liked out of him so far?
I don't know. He's been pretty consistent on his position. But he's been running up front. Um, up by like Terry and Alex.
Yeah, especially
So
at London
he,
too.
yeah, he was running. He's been running in the front a lot. So it's yeah.
Yeah, I was honestly not expecting to see him be a front runner there. At London, of course, being that great race there for him. I believe came fourth. I want to say, yeah, I believe fourth, or fifth. I'm gonna fact check this. Yes, correct. He finished fifth, top five, and then some good stage points too for him. So
Yeah.
again, some good racing from him. Helped him a little bit in the points, I believe. Now back from Plasma, way back behind him, with 42 points behind Plasma's Cambug, the highest ranking JTG driver of the season. He's kind of disappointed me this season.
Yeah. I think he was running. Let's see. I think wasn't he running pretty? Yeah, he was at the beginning, like the first four races. He was running pretty well, but it's kind of been a decline from um from like the beginning part of it. So plus he's not locked in to the playoffs. So I would if I were him, I still wouldn't be like relaxing in that spot. I would still be trying to push for try to get some points and try to get that win. Cause he hasn't had a win in the RSCRA, hasn't he? Like
No, he is still yet to get that
yeah,
win.
cause he almost had a win at Dover in trucks, but Terry gave him a good old bump, and wasn't too happy about that. But I think it will happen this season. He's shown some talent at certain tracks, so it's kind of like a 50-50 with him.
Yeah, it's definitely a 50-50. But I mean, he's been able to put, well, I wouldn't say good points, but these points where he's been able to push himself into. He's obviously been put in some pretty tough spots, but really, he's gonna have to improve. He really has to improve throughout the season. Whether he's been unlucky or not, he just has to stay consistent and he has to work his way up. I doubt he'll be able to
Yeah,
get back up until the 8th position. So, right now, he's gonna focus on getting that win, lock himself into the playoffs, and just being able to hold on to that 9th position in general. Because I mean, he's so far close to the bubble. You're gonna have to really defend here.
yeah,
And then back from him is Xander, who really turned the light off after Daytona. Man, has really struggled to show anything. Finished second at Dover, but that is it. That really has been it for him, which is unfortunate again. But I mean, were you expecting this from Xander? I kind of was,
I don't know. I kind of thought he would be like a bit higher. Obviously made the final four in Xfinity, but in Cup it hasn't really been working out for him. Obviously winning the 500 that was really good for him. But um, but I don't know. I would have expected him for being like 9th or 8th instead of being in like 10th. So it's kind of a bit sad to see a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he is only 7 points behind his teammate Cambug, but again, after that Daytona race, he just dug straight into the dirt. Really has not been able to do anything.
I don't know. I wonder if he's like, since he has that win, if he's kind of like not really going at it that much anymore because he's been locked in ever since the first race. So I think if he didn't have that win, I think he would have been. I think he would have been like pushing more. So
Yeah, so I mean, 2 DNSs and 1 DNF on the season. For him, Now to him, Dog, man. Dog has probably had one of the most stressful seasons I've seen ever. I mean, he's been up there and then he just gets screwed over, man. Poor
Yeah.
Dog.
He doesn't even have a top 5 this season. I think the closest was Auto Club, and that's because of moi. So you're welcome, dog. So yeah, it's gonna be coming soon. I definitely I definitely know it's going to be happening soon.
Yeah, I was talking to him a couple days ago, about London, and he said he really didn't expect to have a good finish out of it, because he's not a road racer, and obviously we saw that happen, finished 8th, but I think really his biggest chance to get a top 5 was Charlotte, which the unfortunate turn of events happened, and was unable to finish there.
Also Darlington.
finish.
He got 6th at Darlington, so
It's really been
pretty good.
unfortunate for him. He's been trying. But
Yeah.
farther back, Josh, who has also had a pretty stressful season, he hasn't really been able to start all the races, though. He's got 4 DNSs and 1 DNF. I mean, it's just been up and over for him.
Yeah.
Not really,
I don't know.
Not really much to say other than attendance has really screwed him over.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because he's really good.
Yeah.
So it's just sad to see that he hasn't really been able to make it to the majority of the races. So yeah, it's pretty sad to see.
Yeah, he's really struggled for attendance, and I was talking to Josh too, and he's really thinking he just needs to improve attendance is all, which I can agree with. Fortunate for him, hopefully he catches his break soon, but he's on the bubble, so he's gotta work up now, man. And behind Josh now, under the cutoff line for the playoffs, is Dames, who have a really strong showing at Charlotte.
Yeah. Obviously getting that
top 5.
top 5
His
at
debut.
the beginning. Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's 230 points behind the leader, but I mean, he actually has a chance at making the playoffs this season. Just gotta make sure he's working on his attendance and everything, and he could be in the green. He's only 12 points behind Josh in the Northern Motorsports car, and of course him really being the most active, I guess you could say, in Northern Motorsports. He can really step up the game there for them, and he's just trying to work his way up, which he's did at Charlotte, DNF'd at London. So, he DNF'd because it was Lucas driving for him, yeah, he's just again a strong showing at Charlotte. Hopefully, he could keep the momentum going. But behind him is Caleb, who I think has had barely good finishes. Not even a top 5. His best finish has been 8th on the season.
Let's see. I think next, I think behind him is K-Dub. Yeah, I don't think, obviously Bloxer, he took over Bloxer's car, but he hasn't really been performing that well, really. So if he wants to, I think the only way for him to really make the playoffs is for him to get the 30 points and then try to make the cutoff. But even then, I'm not really sure about that. So we'll have to see about that.
Yeah, really struggle for him. But yeah, that really rounds it up there for all the drivers in Northern Motorsports. That wraps it up here for D1. Hanging the WWT. Who's your favorite pick and why, Sharky?
I don't know. I'm probably going to have to go with Alex. Obviously, D1 raced there last year, but I don't think he raced in it. I think he was ROing, I believe. But obviously, and all the drivers who raced there last season, I don't think that experience is going to help because those cars were absolute trash. My God, those things were on like a super speedway setup, and those things would not turn whatsoever. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think Alex, I think he has a pretty good chance.
Yeah, coming off that win at WWT and a previous experience too. Again, this being the second time D1 goes to WWT. Sharky, did you race in the first WWT race?
I did, yes.
Do you mind recapping what it was for you guys, or how the racing was?
It happened so long ago, I can't really remember that much. I know Colts won when he was driving, but the racing was not good. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, back then we didn't know what setups were.
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
The RSCRA has come a long way since then, but yeah, I can't really remember. I imagine that all the racing was pretty terrible. So.
Yeah, RSC, I can't really. Well, I shouldn't really say much. Because. I'm racing there, and honestly, I don't want to be biased or anything, because, teammates, all that, but, we might see a surprise win, like maybe Halo in his first win of the D1 season.
Maybe.
Yeah, so. Anyways, that's it for D1. I believe D1 races tomorrow, actually.
I think Friday. We'll be racing on a Friday.
On a Friday. Spoopy. Wait, no. I thought it was Thursday.
Nope, it's going to be happening on Friday. I haven't posted the race announcement yet, but it'll be happening on Friday.
Well, dang it. Anyways, so Friday, tune in the DVT. But yeah, that's all for now on D1. Hang on to D2. Going off of a great race at Talladega.
Yeah, that was I wasn't really able to see that much of it, but from what I've heard, it was a really good race. I don't think anyone was really expecting it. I mean, it's a super speedway on roadblocks. Those things tend to not get along well. So, but it surprised me.
Yeah.
We only had like one real caution, and that was because Rex. I think it was because Rex absolutely died.
Yeah, he had a really bad wreck on that 71 entering the trial.
He was trying to bump Lucas, but just I don't exactly know. I think he just flipped Lucas.
He hit the right. He hit the right rear quarter panel, got airborne. Swerved back left, popped the bicycle on his right side. And here comes Caleb, and just blood everywhere. He's able to keep going, though, of course, with a severe concussion.
Yep.
He's alright now, I hope. But, obviously, wasn't very happy that he even threatened to release Lucas immediately after post-race.
Yeah, but I think I was kind of his fault on his own for that wreck. But, that race went really well.
Yeah, so, it was definitely a great race. Lucas came to win. I shouldn't say were you expecting that, because, I mean...
I mean, he won at Daytona, so maybe there was, like, a slight chance in my mind, but it's a super speedway, so you never really, know.
Yeah, it was, it's been a heck of a season so far for D2. Of course, Phil leads the points, and Halo had Chris as a 7. Chris absolutely ruined Halo's points. Because now instead of Halo attacking Phil, Terry's attacking Halo. Now in the points. Of course, Terry being 3 points behind Halo. Even coming in late to the season.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible how much points he's been able to gain. gained since then.
Yeah, he's 3 points behind Taylor now. But really, I think uh, it could be a three-way battle because Aldery, who was set to start Talladega, just didn't show up. DNS. He qualified and everything, and he was just gone. I honestly don't know what happened.
Yeah, and that was really unfortunate for Outery. He's a really good driver.
Oh yeah, he's
Obviously at Indianapolis, him and Terry were having a really good battle, and he is. I think he is one of the championship contenders. I think for Xfinity.
yeah. He is definitely one of the contenders. Being I want to say 13 points behind Terry. Yeah, 13 points behind. He's really had a good season. There in the JTG car, but behind him, Lucas in the 107 car. No, in the 23 car, he has 107 points. Of course, getting those 2 wins off of Super Speedways, 2 for 2 so far, Super Speedways, and then following Lucas is Demonic, who was really lacked consistency, like a lot.
Yeah.
Again, unfortunate for him. I mean, he's been all over the board. 8th, 10th, 13th, 5th, 9th, a sub win, and DNS, and then 7th. I mean, that's crazy.
Yep.
But, and then behind Demonic is Barry. Another JTG car. He had a very impressive run at Talladega. Finished 6th, but he was at the front quite a bit.
Yep.
So yeah, he's shown off. Talladega, and did really good there. And a couple, of course. Let's see. After burying points is Dames, who's Dames. He's been up there, but lacking consistency. He has 3 DNSs, 2 top 5s, and then an 8th and a 6th, and then a 7th from a sub. So he's trying to work his way up there behind Dames Rex, of course, coming late to the season with the demotion from D1. Struggling, had a very great run. A very great run there at Talladega. But yeah, it's really all the necessities. The rest of them just really very close together. Charles Tooth, and then Sky and Caleb.
Sky Caleb, and then the 19. If someone fills that spot.
Yeah, which if they were to fill a spot, they need to do it quickly because they'll lose that points gap there from the bubble. So yeah, that's it for D2. Again, a very good race at Talladega. Of course, Lucas Swift the win for 2 for 2 on Super Speedway. So congrats to Lucas. Moving on from D2 to D3. Last time we talked about D3 was for the Daytona 500, I believe. And since then, it's been those dang EGM boys at the top of the points leaderboard, separating themselves quite a bit from the rest of the pack. I already have, I believe it was, 32-point lead over the rest of the pack.
Yeah, and I mean, it kind of closed a bit because at Atlanta, Burr ended up coming out with the win there, doing that last lap pass, going into the 3 and 4, giving Sherman and Aiden, I think, the bump. So yeah, that'll really mix things up because really, EGM has been kind of dominant for the first 2 races, so it's kind of nice to see a little bit of variety, a bit.
Yeah, so honestly, I'm very proud of my drivers, how they've been able to plot in front. Of course, a couple drivers, like Godzilla, trying to find his way up there, and Anton is yet to start a race. Anton, if you're listening to this, gonna move on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so 81 points is the lead at Rock Pitter. I mean, coming into the season, absolutely unknown. That's Lightning McQueen type stuff, if you ask me.
Yeah.
uh,
I mean, the next track is going to be Circuit of the Americas, so that will definitely be interesting. See who's going to end up getting it.
yeah,
For
Circuit of the
the
Americas, first road
win.
course on the schedule. And that'll require a lot of skill, so hopefully there's a couple road course ringers here in the field. But yeah, so Rock Pit are off to a good start. Aiden off to a good start. Really been contending for wins a lot in those last two races. Horse, AJ and Mao, three Toyotas in third, fourth, and fifth. I mean, what to say about what do you have to say about Horse, AJ, and Mao?
I don't know. It's kind of been it's been interesting to say the least. They definitely they've shown that they have talent, but I think it's going to be interesting to say the least. As apparently someone is being shot in the background of you. So it sounds like, but yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Whoopsies. But yes, I mean, a very impressive start. Of course, Mao with the late race controversy uh, at Las Vegas. DQ there. He sits. Well, he's tied technically for fourth with AJ. But I mean, I think Mao should be able to clear AJ next race, in my opinion. AJ, again, off to a good start in the Sky High racing car. But, Horse leads that low group of cars, following Mao. Coincidence? I think not. Zaki in the 21 RCR truck. I mean, he's having a decent start, but not the best start I thought he would have.
Yeah. He's shown that he has some really good talent. So I think he'll be able to get further up in the points field. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, so, believe he just really needs to get a move on. I think he could definitely contend for the championship. He just needs a win, lock himself in the playoffs. Lost two positions. At Atlanta, I'm being told it was because of lag. And he is saying Vegas was rigged. Okay, moving on from Zaki to Tooth. I mean,
Chris, I need to I have to go for real quick, like 2 minutes, but Ollie will be right back. Sorry about that.
no worries. So Tooth, I mean, not much to say about Tooth in my opinion. I mean, Tooth is Tooth. Tooth be Tooth. You know. You know. You know. I think. I mean, Tooth just really lacks consistency, in my opinion. And attendance. Yeah, DNS at Daytona, 9th Las Vegas, and 7th at Atlanta. So, I mean, just hold on to that position. Behind Tooth is Furret. Again, with that strong win there for him at Atlanta. He, however, is 8th in the points, 50 behind Rock Pitter. I mean, he just really needs to, with that win, hopefully carry some momentum back up top. Behind Furret is Outery, who also drives in trucks. Outery sits 9th in those points, of course being further behind than where he is in Xfinity, 30 points, 51 behind Rock Pitter. He's only 1 point behind Furret, so Furret's gonna have to watch out for Outery.
Oh, Chris, sorry, I have to go. So
Okay, no
I'm
worries.
sorry.
No worries. Thank you so much.
Yep.
I'll take it from here. So, yeah, I mean, Aldery just really needs to get past Furt there, and Furt needs to hold off Aldery. Behind Aldery is Zexto, 88 car for JTG. He is the highest sitting truck for JTG there. 29 points. 4th at Daytona, did not qualify at Las Vegas, and 5th at Atlanta. So he's gotten top 5s for every race he's started. So hopefully he could keep that going. Get some nice points there. Hopefully move him up. Behind next though is Matt. Really, I haven't seen that much of this season, so I can't really give an opinion on him. But I thought he'd be up a little bit more in point standings. He's sitting 12th right now, 28 points, 53. Behind leader, Rock Pitter, he has a DNQ at Daytona, 7th Las Vegas, and 9th at Atlanta. Hopefully he can pick it up a little bit more, because I definitely thought I'd see a little bit more of him. That guy had a racing truck. And then on the bubble, Chris, who dropped 7 positions. Oh my goodness. And I'm being told he did not want me to say that. Okay, I am sorry about that, Chris. I'm so sorry. Sorry. 24 points, 57 behind Rock Pitter. That's the biggest change in positions that is on the chart. 8th at Daytona, 4th at Las Vegas, did not start at Atlanta. And then Chris, really on back. Not much to talk about. It's really a matter of making a name for themselves, hopefully soon in the season for them. So yeah. Gonna wrap it up. My boys are doing really good in my AGM trucks. Very, very happy. They've been able to pull us off. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but hopefully we're going places this season. But yeah, I think that just about wraps us up here today. I want to thank everybody so much for tuning in today's Fast Lane. Very happy we could put one together today. Lasted for about 45 minutes. That's a good time in my opinion. 10 viewers right now. I believe we had 14 earlier. So yeah. Again, thank you to everybody who tuned in today. And thank you to Sharky for helping me out today. Tune in Friday at WWT. I think it'll be a good race. I don't know if I'll make it, but hopefully. Thank you so much again to everyone tuning in. This is RSCRA, the Fast Lane. Tune in Friday.